Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So for today I'm going to do a holiday inspired festive look that is based around this dress. So this is a really fun and kind of different look for the holidays. So you have your kind of red and green and like gold sparkles, but in the context of this like leopard print puffy sleeved dress, so I decided to create this look inspired by it. So it has a lot of the reds, bronzes, and golds in this look, and then just kind of a nice flushed red cheek and this terracotta red lip. So if you're interested in seeing how I created this look, just stick around. I think I'm going to start out this look with this shade over here, which is Naked Blush, since that's a little bit more warm toned, which is what I'm going for today. So let me just go in with my Goss number 16 brush, my favorite brush to start looks out with, and I'm gonna go in with a little bit of Naked Blush, just lightly. There's this one errant hair in this brush. I don't know if you guys can see. It's just this one, yeah, there we go. One hair that keeps poking out. Let me try to smooth it back. All right. So let's just try to blend this out. I don't know why it's like catching right here. I will say I kind of have some trouble with the Hourglass eye primer. I really love the texture of it. It provides a nice experience when you're putting it on your eyes, compared to like the Urban Decay one or the Too Faced one, since both of those in my experience tend to kind of separate a little bit and become like, you know, a little bit clumpy. But so the Hourglass one is very smooth in comparison, but I do feel like the Hourglass one just has a lot of stick to it, which I think is good in terms of certain types of shadows. Like you probably want that stick with your more glittery shades, but it does create some problems with the application of mattes in my experience. So yeah, like there's a little bit of sticking over here. Just gonna keep blending. Ugh, that one hair is really annoying me. I don't know why. It's just not having a good time. Alrighty, there we go. I think that's a cute, like peachy start to this look. So now I'm going to dip into Major Mahogany in this palette. So again, that's this shade over here. And let me actually try applying it first with my Goss number 16. I haven't used this for a deepening shade before, but I'm just curious whether the fluffiness would actually help. Because I do find that I have a little bit of trouble blending out my outer corner, like deeper matte shades. Okay, I think I want something just with a bit more precision, so I'm gonna go in with my Goss number 4, and dip back into Major Mahogany and just really put that where I want to put it in the outer corner. There's so many different options for how to take this look. So let me first just start with my Goss number 4 and going into some corruption because I'm just so obsessed with the shade. And I'm just gonna put this kind of in the outer portion of the eye, inching in, starting to create a bit of a gradient on the eye. Maybe I'll actually try to make this a semi-halo eye, so I'll go back into corruption and actually put some of this on the inner corner. It's definitely not like a deep shade, so this is not going to be a precise halo eye, but be a little bit like that. So I'm just going to kind of connect it a little bit up top as well, just leaving basically the center of the lid blank right now. I love how this brush really fits very nicely in the crease, and the point kind of gives you a lot more precision with what kind of lines you can draw. Okay, there we go. And now, let's see. I'm gonna go in with my GSN9 brush and go into Bronze Nebula and put this in the center part that I had previously left kind of blank. And then using a finger, I'm gonna go into Galactic Gold and just put this right on the very center of the lid just to give an extra bit of dimension and sparkle there. And now I'm gonna go back into my Wayne Goss number 4, just gonna clean it off a little bit and use this just lightly to kind of diffuse some of these lines. Actually, let me just clean off my Wayne Goss number 4 for a second because I want to just add a little bit more depth. So I'm going to go back into Major Mahogany and just add a little bit more depth to the outer corners. Okay, so now let's go into the lower lash line. So I'm going to use my trusty Esom G27 brush, and I think I'm going to go just straight into Major Mahogany for the outer part of the eyelid. Oops, that was a lot. I will go back and blend that. Let me use my Wayne Goss number 5 brush, and I'm going to go into Gold Standard. Hopefully it picks up. And I'm going to run this along the lower lash line, basically the lower 2/3. This is one of her more flaky and reflective formulas, so it can be a little bit hard to place it on a small area. Do you want to add a shade to kind of connect those two though? So I'm going to clean off my brush and go into Corruption and just put that kind of in the middle part. I should have probably put this underneath Gold Standard, but it's okay. We'll make do. And then I'm going to go in with my Sonia G Mini Booster and go into the, let's see, the shimmery, what is this called? Lunar Champagne shade. And I'm going to put this in the inner corner. Okay, there is a lot of fallout with this shade, so let me use my rougher number 3 brush, which is a smaller brush, and I think a little bit better at just packing the pigment on. I really love the palette overall because there's so many shades and just so many different looks you can do, but there are a few of these shades in this more flaky metallic formula where I think because this is a pressed pigment, or like pressed shadow palette and not her more typical kind of baked formula, it can be a little bit harder with the more textured shadows to pick them up with brushes and lay them down flat without a lot of fallout. Obviously, this palette is a lot cheaper than her motherships, and you have 18 shades instead of 10 shades, but if you aren't a fan of flaky shadows, just, you know, be aware of that if you get this palette. Alrighty, there we go. I think I did a pretty good job of getting a lot of colors into this look. I think I'm gonna stop with the eyeshadow now and go ahead with my eyeliner. So this is my M Cosmetics brush tip liner in the shade Brown. Okay, there we go. Eyes are done, and I think this goes very well with the overall vibe of this dress. So I'm very pleased with this look. And I guess one thing, okay, I'm gonna go into Astral Pink Moon as well, just because I'm obsessed with shimmer, and just take a tiny, tiny bit of that and put it in the very, very center of the lid. Just the tiniest, tiniest bit, like really, really small amount, but just love the dimensionality. Eyes are now totally done. What do you guys think? I am quite pleased with this look. This is 2 of my favorite palettes, and it's just a really fun look that combines a lot of these colors, but is also surprisingly not that dramatic. It's like there's a lot happening in terms of layering and depth and definition and dual chrome shifts, but because it's all really in a very similar color story and one that matches this outfit, I think it doesn't look very intense actually on the lids. So let me go ahead and finish off this look now. So I'm gonna go in with my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush bronzer in the shade Tan. And I'm going to use my Artist Large brush from Wayne Goss and just slowly build that up on my cheeks. And this is basically my go-to bronzer for slightly warmer toned looks because this bronzer does have a little bit of oranginess to it. Cheeks. And now let me go in with my Refer number 4 brush and my Hourglass Sculpture Edit 6-pan palette. And I'm gonna go into this vibrant flush shade, which has been my go-to for kind of slightly warmer, more reddish toned looks because this is just a really pretty kind of poppy color, but it's also quite shimmery because this is in their strobe formula. It's basically like a highlighter blush blend. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but you really don't need highlighter when you use this blush. And then I'm gonna go in with, actually I'm gonna grab my mini booster, clean it off a bit, and go in with the highlight shade here and shimmy that onto my brow bone. This is a very nice, fairly natural highlight, so I feel like it goes well with basically any look. It's just like your simple kind of champagne highlight. For the lips today, I have a few options. I have a couple really neutral options. My Yes Honey from Charlotte Tilbury, just want a plain beige. My Dahlia from Wayne Goss, a little bit more of a pinky peach shade. And then I have my M Cosmetics Red Jasper, which is the more intense shade. I think I do want a little bit more red in this look, so I think I'm gonna start off by trying Red Jasper. Alrighty, I think that actually matches pretty well because this is sort of a warm, slightly orangey terracotta red. These red flowers are definitely more of kind of a blue toned red, so it's not exact match, but I feel like this shade is a little bit more similar to the, I don't know, it brings in a little bit more of the warmth of the leopard print. I think it matches the eyes well in terms of the types of shades there. I am really digging this look. I think it's both just like kind of pretty and almost soft in a way and just how blended it looks, but it's definitely got some glitz and glam. Like the whole eye has like shimmer on it, so it is very, very shiny, as is this dress. And so I think this is a really nice way to tie together the principal colors of the dress in an eyeshadow look that is at the same time not that intimidating, but has still like that festive, glitzy look to it. So let me know what you guys think. I hope you enjoyed today's look, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!